Hello everyone, my name is Brittany Prairie and I am going to school to become a special education teacher. I want to become a special education teacher because I absolutely love kids, especially those with a disability. The journal that I wrote for is New Directions for Child and Adolescent Development. The focus of this journal, as stated in Wiley.com, is to provide scientific and scholarly presentations on cutting-edge issues and concepts in the field of child and adolescent development. Each volume focuses on a specific new direction or research topic and is edited by an expert or experts on that topic. The audience of the journal I chose is primarily students, researchers, scholars, and social servants from fields such as psychology, sociology, education, social work, anthropology, and health. Each issue or volume in the series is a completely self-contained, fully indexed, edited collection of articles focusing on one specific topic. The articles are written in the format of a chapter and are also written informatively. My paper used an informative approach to get the point across to the readers. I used examples that correlated with the topic of meeting the needs of students with disabilities. The plan I had for this paper was to explain how to meet the needs of students with disabilities. Another plan I had for this paper was to show how important teachers' role is in the student's success. The reason I chose this topic was because I am very passionate about kids in general, but especially those with a disability. It is important to me because I want to make a difference in the lives of my students. The summary of my annotated bibliography was that before we can meet the needs of students with disabilities, we need to be educated on how to understand them. Once we understand them, we will have a better opportunity to use the best teaching strategies that benefit them the most. It is so important for teachers to understand the needs of students in general, but especially those with disabilities. The research I used in my paper includes information from credible sources, including academic journals and websites. A couple of those websites were USA Today and Friendship Circle. One of the journals I included in my paper was the Indian Journal of Health and Well-Being. My thesis stated that my paper will talk about how a special education teacher can meet the needs of their students and what different programs are available to students with a disability. Some of the key points in my paper was the importance of understanding students with a disability, teaching strategies and tips, and the example of the Best Buddies program. According to bestbuddies.org, Best Buddies International is a nonprofit organization dedicated to establishing a global volunteer movement that creates opportunities for one-to-one friendships, integrated employment, and leadership development for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. The Best Buddies program is held at our local schools such as BBCHS and Manteno High School. I know many people that have been a part of this program, and it is not only beneficial for the students with special needs, but also for the other students as well. The Best Buddies hosts the Special Olympics, and this is a great example of an activity that helps students with a disability to have an escape from the typical classroom setting and be a part of an exciting opportunity to express themselves. There are several tips and strategies for teaching students with disabilities, but the ones that I discussed in my paper are listed right here. The first one is interact. It is important to interact with your students because when you interact with them, you are showing them you really care and they benefit from that interaction. The next is observe. When you observe the students, you are able to understand where they are at in their development and how you can improve their learning experience. Next, using common sense is self-explanatory. In many situations, as a teacher, you have to use common sense by just doing what makes the most sense in this situation. It is also very important as a teacher to be flexible because everything may not go as you planned it to. A teacher that is flexible is much more relaxed because they have a backup plan and an original plan. Being consistent is also a very good strategy because it helps the students understand what is necessary if you stay consistent with your practices. Lastly, teachers should use visual, auditory, or tactile cues to really help grab the attention of their students. By using these different tools, it really helps students be able to engage in the material at hand. The importance of understanding students with a disability is that once we understand them, we will have a better opportunity to use the best teaching strategies that benefit them the most. This is very, very important because if you do not understand these students, it is very difficult to be able to benefit them and really help them in their success. If you pay attention to their needs, then you will really be able to see them succeed. And lastly, the call to action. Teachers are responsible for preparing their students for the life ahead of them. A good teacher can make an impact on their students' future. It is so very true that teachers are able to impact students' future because I have had many teachers that truly made an impact on my life because they showed me how much they cared and they were there for me when I didn't understand something. It's those types of teachers that truly make a difference in the lives of students in general, especially those with a disability, because students with a disability typically do need more attention, and I just cannot stress it more. So teachers are very important in the lives of our students.